Oh, here it is, ready to go in. Got to tie this out of the way. It's the fuel line. Tie it out of the way. Just remember the cable routing goes between that bar and the tank. So now you got to get this back throttle cable in. So just tilt this up as best you can. Remember, this cable has to go on the inside of this lever. And put it up into its home. There we go. All right, so now that one's in place. Hooked up. Those two out of the way. We've got to get this one in place. Those other two are the choke and the other throttle. There we go. Okay, good. Once you get into this position, there we go. It's in just like that. Now this cable is very easy to hook up now. Make sure it goes on that drum. And slide it into place. Snuggle up that nut. Let me see if I can do it just one hand with one. Okay, I didn't need to use a second wrench. All right, so that one's in place. So let's get rid of this tape. Then let's slide this in a little further. There we go. See, that's where it lives. Now we have to hook up the other throttle cable. Remember, we did it through this opening right there. Next, we're going to do the other throttle cable. Make sure it's in there. All right. Gotta get this washer up on top. Now you gotta rotate this washer the right way. Good. Works for me. Tight enough. Use your own judgment. Let me put these caps back on. This is the forward cap. Here's the spring. Get it right side up. Let's see if I put the spring in first. Gotta make sure, nope, I'm gonna do it there first, because I can see going over that. Nice one. Of course, that bird had to go crazy breaking in. Tighten that one down. Nope, not yet. Let me do both first. Does not need to be too tight. Not tight. Okay, let's put the second one in. Carb number 3. Put this rear screw in. Screwdriver. Just so you feel a little something. And go ahead and tighten this one. That's enough. Over here, this. Alright. that should be good. And then front final. Yep. That ain't going nowheres. Okay, put that choke cable in. Actually, just took it out of the way. Put it back in here. Come on over here, you can do it. There we go. Okay. First thing is to lock it in. So let's go ahead and there we go. Over to that. First, I need the screwdriver. So when I get it in place, there we go. Want some play. Don't want it too tight. Want some play. There we go. Again, not too tight on that either. Alright. Well, it's time to snuggle down the intake tubes to the heads. Now, since I did not disturb these, I'm going to secure these down first because I did remove those others, so I need to do final position. Those are just snug down. Snug down, you know, not final, but they're good for right now until I finalize the other side. Then I'll do all 8. Well, here's the right-hand side. Now remember, there are O-rings on these intake tubes. You gotta make sure that those O-rings are nice and seated inside the groove that they're designed for. Snug, 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 snug. Get final tightening. Yeah. Those are torque to specs. If you believe that, I got a bridge to sell you. Let's check the cable operators. Throttle works, but it's way too slack. So here's our adjuster. Now that was pretty far out. Let me just go until, oop, too much. Now set your factory specs. I like that. Whoops. And you've got your set screw. So here's the air cleaner box. So everything's still out of the way. Got this gasket on here, don't forget that gasket. Okay, that feels in place. Now for the bracket, round side forward. Snuggle it up well enough. The gasket back in, the filter element, and the cover. Let's see. the sparkies up. There we go. Get up and out of the way. Make sure they stay away from the throttle. So I'm going to hook up this fuel hose. Move that out of the way. Slide that all the way on. Okay. Slide that on. There we go. Another letdown. Got the vacuum advance to plug in. Goes into this number 3 carburetor. All right. This one goes on the other side. All right, let's roll her over. We got the fuel on, got the run switch. Let's go ahead and hit the choke. Now the fuel is going to have to get through the pump and back into the carbs, so it'll take a little bit. Leak from something. All right. Got a fuel leak.